Hi everyone, Duke Danger here. I have returned. It has been a very, very long time since I last updated you all. For that, I apologise. As you can see, I moved house, and it was no small move from Cornwall up to Leicester. And somewhere along the way, my recording equipment, i.e., my headset and microphone, were damaged, so I could no longer record. But now I have those replaced. So la da 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 da, we're back. Apologies. A lot has happened since I last updated you, but here I am. So none of that matters anymore, and we're all happy, right? Yay! Cool. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. It is New Year's Day today, so that means only one thing: my 5 games of the year. An honorary mention goes to Shadowrun Returns, which I picked up last week, which I have sunk about 30 hours into. Great game. Buy it now, immediately, right this second, or something bad will happen probably. Yeah, do it. So that's my honorary mention. My 5 games this year are quite Nintendo focused, not for any particular reason other than the last 6 months have been a very good 6 months for Nintendo releases, and a lot of the releases on 360 have left me about as inspired as a wet rock. So yeah, let's get cracking, shall we? In number 5 is a game I was very much looking forward to, and it did not disappoint. I have loved the game from beginning to end, and I've loved all the characters in it, even though they have incredibly hard to place accents. And that game is Bayonetta 2. Now, Bayonetta 2 is fairly similar to the first one in terms of mechanics and gameplay, but they've built upon a lot of it from scratch. Like, the combat feels more flowing, you feel more powerful. The story is much better because it has a story, and the first one just sort of didn't. The story involves your sister John, or Bayonetta's sister John, being taken to hell, and you have to go to hell to get her back and fight demons and angels and shit like that. This game is very obviously the last in the series rather, because it ends in a way that is pretty final, because it ends where the first one begins. So it's all some sort of weird paradoxical time loop, not lime loop, which is something entirely different, and I'll tell you about that in another video. But yeah, Bayonetta 2, well worth a go, well worth picking up. Great game, great combat, great characters, apart from this kid you find, I don't know whether he's South African or Spanish or English, he's just got a weird accent. I've got no idea what's going on with that. But yeah, definitely pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. If you don't own a Wii U, buy a Wii U just for this game, because that makes it worth it. You know what else makes it worth it? My next game, Hyrule Warriors, a crossover between Legend of Zelda and Dynasty Warriors, which was an interesting idea, and I followed it quite closely because I wasn't sure if it was going to work. And I was pleasantly surprised when I picked the game up. It is very good. The story is fucking awful, but no one plays it for the story. The real bulk of the game is in adventure mode, which gives you the overworld map for the original Legend of Zelda, and you fight across tiles to unlock new weapons, new goodies, on very rare occasions, new outfits. Most of the new outfits are in the DLC, which is also worth picking up as it happens. A vast array of fighters, they all feel different, which is a build-up from Dynasty Warriors, where they all sort of felt very much of a muchness. Yeah, this game is brilliant. The fact that you can run into a crowd of like 200 enemies and take out 50 of them with a single attack, just you feel like a god. And I like feeling like a god, because I am a work of art and I am very attractive. I'm just not that powerful. In fact, I'm more fat than anything. So, yeah, buy it if you have a Wii U. Or buy a Wii U, and then buy this. Because Xbox One and PS4 don't have this. So, yeah, brilliant game. You can play as Zant from Twilight Princess. I mean, come on, I can't sell the game to you any more than that. Play as Zant, just do it. My next game I don't have a box for because it's a Steam download. I may put a little image up here, but probably not because I'm lazy and fat. But it is Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Some of you may remember I did a little tiny review of Binding of Isaac, and at that point I'd sunk 60 something hours into it. I eventually finished playing the game at 98 hours, because I'd pretty much unlocked everything there was to unlock. So when I heard that they were remaking the game with more content and not using the tirade of lies and deceit and depression that is Flash, I got quite excited. The game is faster now, much faster. It doesn't freeze constantly, and that makes it harder because in the original, when it froze, it sort of gave you a little bit of time to think and then dodge incoming projectiles. This game, you don't have any sort of leeway like that. It's a lot like a bullet hell game for a lot of the bosses, but it's brilliant. There's 150 new items, 78 new enemies, or something stupid. A lot of new bosses, which are evil and detestable, and they kill me a lot and make me cry. Sometimes you'll see me sat on my own in the dark, a single tear rolling down my eye as the haunt kills me yet again. But no, that game's definitely worth picking up. It was £12, I think I paid for it. I think it's cheaper now, but yeah, definitely buy it. It's so good, so painfully good. This next game snuck onto my list just a couple days ago, actually, when I picked it up, and it really did surprise me because I wasn't expecting much from it, but I thought I should get it just to complete the series on Xbox 360, and that is Assassin's Creed Rogue. It's good. It's like Assassin's Creed 4, but it's got elements from the earlier games, like the shitty brigade that was Assassin's Creed 2 add-ons. But no, it's very good. You play as Shay Cormac, and you play as a Templar, which is nice. A nice little change of pace. Shay Cormac has the worst Irish accent I've ever heard. In some points, he sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is... But yeah, it's a good game. If you liked Assassin's Creed 4, you'll like this because it is basically the same, but it's got a wider variety of areas, a wider variety of weapons, outfits, if that's your thing. And it's got a much better story. Although, one thing that does confuse me is now you're playing as the Templars, but now the Assassins are doing everything the Templars were doing in every other game, and the Templars are doing everything the Assassins were doing in the other game. So it doesn't really introduce like a whole new side. It doesn't make a but no, seriously, like maybe the assassins are the bad guys. No, it doesn't, because you can't shake the feeling, like all the other games, that you're being brainwashed by the people in charge. It's a weird one, but the story is good. The characters are likable. Shay Cormac is probably a better character than Edward Kenway because he actually cares about something. But no, definitely worth a look. It's pretty cheap on Amazon. I got it for $21.45, I think. Very good game. But yeah, you should pick this up if you can, or if you're inclined. And then we've got my number one game. Now this game, there was a lot of hype built around it, so I was slightly worried that it wasn't going to live up to what I'd built it up to be in my head. But it surpassed it. It had stuff that I didn't even imagine it would have. Game modes, character battles. Like, I intentionally didn't follow the game too closely because I like to be surprised by this particular series with what's in it and what's available. And that is Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, my number one game of the year. It is incredible. The fact that you can have 8-player beat-em-up stages online, which, to my knowledge, is pretty unheard of. It is utter chaos. There are a few downsides, like Diddy Kong and Little Mac being a bit overpowered. Or maybe they just misunderstood. Who knows? But seriously, this game is amazing. There's over 50 characters. They all feel different. There's not as many clones as there were in Smash Brothers Brawl. They've removed the adventure mode, which some people like, some people don't like. I don't really have an opinion on it. Adventure mode was nice, but it did get a little boring towards the end, and it sort of stopped me from wanting to go through it again and again as every character. Now you just get 6 rounds of combat, a little bored, and you choose which fight you go to. It's nice, short, quick, but yeah, it's very good, very good. You can customize the moves each character has. You can add your Mii fighter, customize their moves, which is excellent. And stage building. You can build a stage from scratch, which is perfect. I mean, I'm shit at it, but some of the stages I've seen are utterly incredible. So it's worth looking up just for that. But yeah, the game is chaos. Adventure mode was replaced by Master Orders and Crazy Orders, whereby you choose a battle out of three, getting progressively harder to get a certain reward, which could be a customization item, money, or a trophy. Um, Mega Man's in it. Sonic's in it. I'm not sure if that's a selling point anymore. Maybe it used to be, but and Pac-Man's in it, which was a weird one. But yeah, you should definitely look into this game. If I was going to recommend any game for the entire year, if I could only recommend one game, it would be this. I've sunk around 60 hours into the game so far. It is incredible. So yeah, that's my roundup. Honorary mention goes to Lego Batman 3 because it's fucking Lego Batman and that's awesome. And also Bioshock Infinite, which I revisited, and I sank a lot of hours into that as well. But yeah, that's about it. Obviously, that's not all the games I've played since I last updated you all, but maybe I'll go back over some of those. Maybe I won't. Probably will, because I'm planning to do recordings a lot more often now. Now that I have my own place with the girlfriend, and when she goes out, I can talk to myself like a nutter. But yeah, it's good to be back. I hope you're all still around. I hope you're all still watching. If you are, thank you so much. Leave a comment because it does help me to understand where I'm going wrong and what you'd like to see as an audience member. But yeah, please do. And if you're new, like and subscribe or rant at me. Either or, I don't care. Well, I do. I just pretend I don't because I'm insecure. But yeah, just take it easy, guys, and enjoy your New Year's Day as much as I have trying to get my fucking recording software to work properly again. So yeah, have a good evening, guys, and I love you all carnally, and I'm Duke Danger, and I am awesome. Peace.